Hi guys, this is Raj H, the author of the My Wi-Fi Office Lifestyle blog, and I just wanted to get back here with you guys today through my blog, and if maybe I'm going to be posting this on my YouTube channel, so however you got here, I'm glad you're here. I just want to share a little bit about my Wi-Fi Office Lifestyle, how I came to come up with that particular concept, and a bit about my life and my experiences and some of the things I've learned. Mainly one main thing I want to talk about today, and it's only because, and I'm not saying that my experiences, are going to be like, going to help enlighten other people. I'm not like a Buddha or something, or like a self-help guru that the stuff I have to say really matters. But I want to share, and I just want to share. And if it helps you. If you can relate to something, you can. That's great. And if you can't relate to something, that's totally fine too. We can't always relate to everybody. But I want to share, it's part of me sharing and making this blog that I'm making and doing the business that I'm doing. It's about sharing my experiences, sharing the things that I'm passionate about, and with other people who either who are passionate about it, or who didn't know they were passionate about it, or who develop a passion about it, or even for people who are not passionate about my stuff, but see that I have these passions and that I'm able to pursue them because of the way I'm choosing to live my life, as far as how I choose to earn income, how I choose to look at life, how the habits and I have, the values I have, the things that that allow me to be able to pursue the life and passion I want. Because not everyone might enjoy traveling, food, and culture, the things that me and my wife and we love, but they do. But everyone has some kind of passion, even if they don't know it. And they might want to be able to pursue that, but if they can't, they might not be able to because of the situation they're stuck in. And I want to share my thoughts on how I was able to understand that I don't need to fill a mold that everyone expects me to fill, or that I feel I'm expected to fill, so that I can provide for my family, provide for myself, be a responsible, citizen, And when I say that, I don't want to. I'm not putting down people who work that lifestyle, who have the 9-to-5 lifestyle, who just who do that paycheck to paycheck thing. That's totally fine. If that is what's for you and you really do enjoy that, that's great. I mean, that's awesome. It's just that for me, it's not for me. And I know there are people out there who think like I do, who want more out of life, but they just don't know how to get it. And that's what I want to share today. And I want to start with one major point. I want to talk about regret. This is the thing. Like 2009, I think it was 2009, I learned. It was 2009. I was reading a book by a really good author. I was into addiction and partying and heavy drinking and all kinds of stuff. And when I decided in 2008, and I've talked about this in other videos, that when I decided I was going to change my life after 10 years of just partying and just being useless, and not to say I didn't have a great time, I did, but it was, it just didn't lead anywhere. And a lot of people kind of got hurt along the way. Not to say that I intentionally hurt people, but when you're like that, you bring people down with you, and you don't mean to. So when I finally decided to clean up, I realized that, it was fun, but it wasn't, you can't live like, I mean, if you can have fun, you can party, you can do what you want to do, but you gotta do your things, but you have to do things within reason, within limits, in moderation, but you can't just go out and live 10 years just party, animal lifestyle. And that too, it wasn't even my own money, I was using other people's money, my mom's money, and just manipulating people, and it was disgusting, really, looking back on it. But you know what? I don't regret it. And now you might say, why not? That's a horrible thing to say, Raj. I mean, you hurt people, you said that you brought people down with you, and I said, yeah, I did. And when I say I brought people down with me, it's not like I put a gun to their head. I was having a good time. I tried to, I said, I convinced them to have a good time with me, and they did. Now, people are adults, and at the end of the day, everyone has to own up for their own mistakes and their own decisions in life. I do feel bad for being a bad influence on people, but at the same time, I never put a gun to anyone's head, never twisted their arm. And the reason I say this is because in life, it's paramount that you always take responsibility for your own mistakes. And the thing is, you cannot allow people to use you as a punching bag or blame you. Because let me put it to you this way. I hear people on a constant day-to-day basis talking about, it's this person's fault that I'm not able to, or it's because my parents didn't treat me right, or that I was in an abusive home that I'm not able to get anywhere in life, or it's because I was because the government's taxing me and I am not able to come out of it, or I can't get a job because or it's her fault that it's that person's fault that my marriage is not working out. There's always some excuse for everything. People they play the blame game, and it's really sad. And I know that some people might be watching this getting upset with me saying, oh, Raj, you don't know my situation. I said, yeah, but I've been in pretty tough, bad, crappy ass situations. I have been molested. So I can tell a molested person. I was molested when I was 6 years old by a man. And, you know, I didn't hardly know what was going on, but it happened. And, you know, so I've been there, and I can't, I mean, I didn't, I mean, and I did go, I mean, I don't know if it was because of that certain situation. I don't believe it was. Mainly it was more because of a conglomeration of things that turned me towards drugs and alcohol. But, you know, that stuff happened to me. But yet I came out of it, you know, and I'm not gonna keep going back and blaming that guy. You know what? If I keep blaming him, he's not gonna come back and make my life better, is he? He's not. I have to make my life better. So if I take responsibility and say that these things are my fault, then I can do something about it. When I decide that it's me to blame, even when it's not, at least if I say it is me to blame, then I can change that. Okay, well, this is your fault, Raj. What are you going to do about it? But if I say it's the government's fault, that's a cop-out. Or it's, you know, my husband's fault, that's a cop-out. Or it's my, you know, my best friend's fault, that's a cop-out. Or it's my boss's fault, it's a cop-out, because you can't change them. They're not going to help you change your situation. So basically when I say it's a cop-out, it means you just find someone to blame, and then you just, that way you can feel okay with doing whatever it is you're doing that's not getting anywhere, even though you're unhappy, and you can just say, well, it's that person's fault, this person's fault. And how far is that going to get you? It's not going to get you anywhere. That's why I always take the blame. And when people who I party with and they came down with me, I always say that, you know, I never put a gun to anyone's head, and I never did. I was never that type of person. I was always a happy-go-lucky guy. I think a lot of times it was just that I had so much fun that people just wanted to be a part of it, and then sometimes they just got caught up, you know. That's their choice, not mine. You know, I never told them you have to stay with me. If they wanted to leave and go and get back to their normal lives, they could. But you know, sometimes it just, you know, it's how it is. So that's why I say I don't regret that. When I say I don't regret, that's for one reason I don't regret that aspect, because people got to take responsibility for their actions, and just like I do for mine, because I take responsibility for everything in my life. And sometimes I do creep back and start thinking about blaming and this and that, but I have to stop myself and say that's not the way. But let me tell you, let me get back to the cream filling of the eclair, as I've been saying, as I say a lot, you know, that luscious cream filling of the eclair. Regret. Why is regret not a bad thing? Why should you not regret? Regret's a bad thing. Why should you not regret? Regret is because regret, it's definitely, not only is it not positive, but it's going to keep you focused on the wrong things. Just like blaming someone keeps you focused on the wrong things, so you don't have to work on yourself. If I keep regretting, then I'm not looking towards the future. That's one reason why you don't regret. If you keep regretting the past and thinking what could have been if I had done this differently, well, it's not gonna. It's never gonna be. It's already done. It's happened. What can you do? All you can do is work on right now. Stop even the future. Forget about the future. Forget about the past. Think about right now. The right now is what counts. But if you keep regretting, if I had done this differently, or if I hadn't done that, then maybe things would be different. Well, they're not going to be different, because you don't get a chance to go back. You don't get you don't get a free pass to go back and change it. So, but what you do have the chance to do is change things right now, where you at right now. That's why I say regret. It's just, it's bad. And the other reason why I don't regret, and this is paramount to what formed my paradigm and values and the way I think right now in life. Not values, but my paradigm and the way I think. Everything in life, and I know people say this a lot, it's so cliche and played out, everything happens for a reason, but it really, you know, if you really want to look at life, let me put it this way. I'll give you my story, and then you try to think of one in your life. If I hadn't become a drug addict, if I hadn't wasted all that time, money, and you know, certain things all the things that happened with that whole situation, I would have never come to India in 2008 to get clean when I decided to change, because I would have just kept going on getting high and doing whatever. But if I regret this drug addiction, see, when because of my drug addiction, I came to India. I decided to get clean. I went to a rehab, stayed there for a year, really did a lot of, you know, self-improvement. You know, worked on myself a lot. I mean, I'll never stop improving. Until the day I die, I'll always be having to learn things and improve on myself. But I did a lot compared to where I was in 2008 and where I was by the time I got out of the rehab in 2009. It was a lot of stuff that I worked on. That happened. Second thing happened. I met my wife when I I went to take some refreshers. I speak Spanish, but like, you know, I was afraid because I used to live in the Caribbean. So when I was here, I was afraid I was going to lose my Spanish speaking skills and not talking to anybody. So I went to take some advanced courses and kind of refresh myself. And also, my advanced grammar is still, you know, it's not there yet. You know, so I thought I'd go take some advanced courses. That's where I met my wife. She was my teacher. She owned the institute where where I was being taught Spanish. She owned the place, and she was my teacher. And you know, a couple months later, we started dating, and then a year later, we got married. You know, I would have never met my wife had I not been a drug addict. It would have just not happened. She would have never left India to come be in the States, is where I live. I was born and raised in Tennessee. Well, I was born in Indianapolis, but I was raised in Tennessee since I was just big, you know. So I was there all my life. She'd have never come there for any reason whatsoever. I would have never met her. I met her because of my drug addiction. That's just one example. So many things I can look back and say, because of this thing that happened in my past, there's something good that came out of it. Some bad things came out of it, but maybe they weren't necessarily bad. At the end of the day, maybe, you know, as bad as I might have thought it was for me or for another person, maybe some good came out of that too. You just can never say. So there's no use in having any regret in life, because first of all, you're just focusing on the wrong thing, and second of all, you never know. It might have, everything that you think that you regret might have led to something good. Like, I'm sure if you look back at your life right now, you can think of something where it was bad at the time when it was happening, but then when you thought of it, you know, a year, maybe 6 months, a year, 2 years down the road, it actually worked out for the best. So what's the use of regretting if that's going to be the case? And so sometimes, and let me tell you the power of the mind. When something bad happens to me these days, or you know, I cause something bad to happen, or something just bad happens, I start immediately not trying to look at the bad. I try my hardest not to look at the negative side of it. I start already keeping my mind open to the possibility that this is going to lead to something positive. And when you keep your mind open like that, you just attract that. And maybe you don't attract it, but you're able to notice sooner, and you'll be able to perceive sooner that this is a good thing that's happened. You know, for example, I joined a network marketing company that wasn't working out for me. And instead of quitting, which I knew there was money in it, I went and researched, and when I did that research, I found, I was actually doing the research and marketing for the company I was working with, even though I didn't feel it was working out. And when I did that research, I got invited to join this company that I'm in now, and it's been the best decision of my life. What if I just decided to give up on the last company and just not even do any research and not continue with it? You know, what if? The regrets. You can't keep thinking like that. You just have to think that everything's happening the way it's supposed to happen. You know, don't look back and say, oh, if this had been different, oh, well, this company was no good, that's why I'm not making any money. I didn't think that way. I just said, I'm going to try to make this work. Because I'm in this company for a reason, and I did, and boom, I came into the company I'm in now, and I'm still with the other company. But I'm in a company now that I absolutely love, and I absolutely love my mentor, and I love the things they're training me. And it's just amazing, and it's allowed me to come to the point where I was able to create this idea of my Wi-Fi office lifestyle, because I've been traveling the last 2 years. I've been doing my work from my computer in coffee shops and hotels and parks and airports and, you know, everywhere. You know, anywhere I go is my office, and it's amazing, and it's a lot to do with the way I look at life, because anybody, I'm not special, no, I'm no different than you, anyone watching this video. I mean, as if a whole crowd's watching this. You're all watching this one in your own house by yourself, but you know, I'm pointing to all of you. You're all no different than me. You're probably better than me. You probably have more potential than me. You probably have more talent than I do. So you can definitely change your destiny. You can, if you're not happy with what you're doing, screw that crap, man. Get out of it. Don't get stuck in this mold of thinking that, well, if I had, if I had gone to major, I'd actually be in a different job, be making more money. Well, forget it. You can't change that now unless you decide you want to go back to school and do that. If you want to, good. But how are you going to go back to school? How are you going to pay for that? You can't leave your job because you're probably not making enough money to barely pay your own bills. And if you are, you're having just enough to put to savings towards retirement, towards a kid's college fund, that you can't go back to school. But yes, you can. You can. There's a different way to live. I'm living it. Anyone can do it. But you can't look back and regret. You just cannot. You can't go back and regret, and you've got to stop playing the blame game. The blame game isn't going to help you, because the more you blame that or the more you blame this, that's fine. That basically what you're saying is that's the reason why I don't have to do anything. You're basically and I hate to say this, but I'm going to be frank with you, you're being a coward. You want to cop out and put the blame on something else so you don't have to do nothing. It makes it easier for you, makes it more comfortable for you. But do you really want a better life? You can have the better life. Start taking the blame for why you are where you are if you're not happy, and then when you take the blame, you can change it. Because when I take the blame for something, when I take the blame, I'm able to change it. I'm able to make sure that doesn't happen next time. You can do the same thing. So you got to really realize that if you're miserable, you can get out of it. You are your own boss, your own CEO, and you're the master of your own destiny. You can do whatever you want. But you have to do it. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You can't wait for. And let me tell you something. This is really important. You cannot wait for everything to be perfect. If you just wait for everything to be, well, once all these bills get paid, I'll join up in a company like this, or join a business opportunity like this. Once the kids are out of grade school to high school, they won't be around as much. I'll have more time to sit in front of my laptop, or whatever. If you're waiting for all that stuff, trust me. Once one thing you think needs to happen for it to happen, and everything will be perfect, some other BS is going to come right in there and then become the next problem. Nothing will. If you're going to wait for everything to be perfect, you're going to be waiting a long time, because it never is going to be. I mean, if you want to change your life and you want to have the lifestyle you want, pursue the passions you want, it's only up to you, and only you can do it, and you can do it right now, anytime you want. But you gotta stop looking for other things to put your reasons of not being able to do stuff on. And you also have to realize that regretting is never going to get you anywhere. Forget about regretting. If you're watching this right now, there's a reason why you're watching this. Maybe you did something, I don't know, crazy. You wrecked your car or something, and now you have to pay, and it was your fault, and you got to pay something, some insurance. Maybe you have to pay a deductible or something, and you're thinking, man, I don't got this money. I need to go online and see if I can make some money. Maybe you got to this video that way. Or maybe recently, your daughter took a cheerleading class. She got on the cheer team, and she's got to pay. That's like so many $1,000s. I know how expensive it is. You should be a gymnastics coach, and you should be a cheerleading coach. Maybe she got on that, and you're thinking, I need to get online and find some money. Things are happening, and you probably were regretting, like, damn, why did she have to get into this? Because I would love for her to be, but I don't have the money. But don't regret. Just think, it all happens for a reason. So you're watching this video. There's the reason. Maybe. That's not, I'm just giving you an example. There's plenty of reasons why you could be watching this video, or plenty of reasons why things happen in your life, from things that you think are bad when it ends up turning out to be good. You're watching this, and I'm telling you, I made a decision, best decision of my life. Stopped regretting, I stopped blaming, I took massive action for my own life, and it's getting me where I want to be. And that's how I came up with the My Wi-Fi Office lifestyle, because I get to live that. And it's just getting better day by day, and I want that for you. I got a great mentor. I'd love to introduce you to him. You can't physically talk to him on the phone. He mentors a lot of people, but he does it through video. And if you want to meet him, and you want and let me tell you something. When I am directing you towards this person, it is not about getting into the business I'm in. That is just part of what I want to share with people. I want to share with you that the life, becoming what you want in life, pursuing the passions that you want in life, having the freedom that you want in life, financially and time-wise, it's not about just making the money and joining a business that like I have, or joining a company, the program like I'm in. It's also about changing yourself from the inside out, because without that, you're never going to be able to do anything. Because if you keep being the same person you are, with the same habits and the same thoughts and the same beliefs, you'll keep doing the same things you're doing. Because that's how it's been. You are the person you are, so you're doing what you're doing. In order to get what the people have that you want, that freedom, that money, that time with your family, the time to pursue your passions, you have to change to get those things. You have to change yourself to be more like the people who are able to do those things. They do something different than you do, so you got to kind of do what they're doing. And I want to direct you to my mentor, because he can give you that. He can give you he doesn't just come in there and say, do this, X, Y, and Z, and you're going to make a ton of money. No. He comes in there and he starts from the ground, the foundation upwards. Where you got to work with first is on yourself, changing how you think, changing what you want in life, your paradigm on life, what life is really all about, what you're really all about, what habits you have that are good, what habits you have that are bad, things like that. And seriously, it's changed my life. And honestly, it can change yours too. And I hope it does, and I hope that you join, and I hope if you do that it does. And all you have to do is click on here. You'll be taken to a page where you can put your email in, and then you'll be taken to a video He's going to give you an introduction. If it sounds like something you're interested in, join on. I mean, just continue to move forward. He'll tell you what to do from there. And if you're not, please don't stop watching my videos. Please come back to me, because I mean, yes, it's a shameless pitch I give at the end of these because it's changed my life and I want to share that with everyone. But at the same time, I don't want you to, if you don't join the company I'm working with, I still want you to stay with me and learn more from me, man, because I got a lot of information to give, not only on online marketing, traffic generation, but also about lifestyle, my lifestyle, and the traveling, food, culture, and the things that I've learned in life. And you know, I know that I'm no guru or anything, but you know, I'm a person just like you, and I can learn from you. You can learn from me. You know, if you have a video out there and you think that I could learn from it, paste it down in my comments, and then I'll go watch it. Because I mean, how do you think that we learn? We learn from each other. So you know, I'm totally open-minded to all of that. So please, if you want something different in your life and you're looking for something, you know, 3 things. Stop the blame game. Look at regret as forget about regret and look at the things that were bad in your life. Look to see how they helped how they helped you in the future, how they turned into a positive situation for you. You know, so forget the blame game. You know, don't regret things. Just look for the positive in it. And third, see if you want to go further with this kind of thinking, and maybe change your lifestyle by clicking down below and getting over and meeting my mentor and seeing what if that's something that you'd want to continue with, and be trained by him directly as opposed to me kind of passing on a lot of the messages. Okay, so anyways, thanks for listening. I know it was a bit long. Thanks for sticking with me. I always appreciate having you guys here. I'm going to sign out now, but I'll be back tomorrow with some more videos. I'm going to be doing some market training, online traffic training and stuff. I'll probably be giving you another hint, well, I mean a hint, another tip. Or technique that I was going to do a certain one that I talked about in an earlier video, but I'm not going to do that. I got a new one. I got a good one. So for those of you who are already doing online marketing, come back and I'm going to help you tomorrow with some free stuff, some free traffic. All right. And if for those of you who are just here for, I don't know for what other reason you're here, if you got something, thanks, great. Please come back. I'd love to see you again. All right. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye.